Alright, y'all. So, as I was laying in bed with my arms folded behind my head, getting all excited for this Wukong tread, wondering why I haven't read in all this time instead, I said to myself, self, are you dumb? Why haven't you been making the news and theory vids on Black Myth Wukong like you did for Sifu? As I sigh, I realize that even if I apologize, the time that has fled, I can't hit a reverse button and go back, so I choose to get out of bed, hit the record button and proceed on what needs to be said. And because you hit the play button, our destinies are now intertwined in some kind of thread that the real ish, not that Twitter and Insta mess. Nah, let me stop playing. But for real though, Black Myth Wukong drops today/tomorrow, and I've been wild excited since the first announcement 3 years ago. And since I won't have a gameplay vid today, I figured why not hit folks to a couple theories. And a background check, of course. So Black Myth Wukong, as we all know, is inspired by Journey to the West, which, if y'all didn't know, is a famous fantastical Chinese mythological novel written in the 16th century during the Ming Dynasty by Wu Qingyin. For those of y'all at home, that's the 1500s. The journey encompasses a Buddhist monk, Xuanzang or Tansanzang as referred to in the novel, quite literally making a journey from China to India, as well as some other Central Asia regions, in search of sacred scriptures. He didn't do this on his own accord though. Nah, this was a task given to him by Gautama Buddha, or the founder of Buddhism. Fire, right? Yeah, I know. And I know y'all are probably like, alright, Joe, but we came here for the Monkey King and his fight team. Don't worry, I got y'all. Tan Sanzang didn't make this journey alone. Gautama Buddha provided him with 3 protectors, who agreed to help him as an act of atonement for their sins. Our boy Sun Wukong was one of them. The other was Zhu Baji, followed by Xiao Wu Jing, and I really hope I didn't butcher those names. Real quick, theory incoming. I know we haven't even played Black Myth yet, but the way this is playing out, we could get several games playing from each of their points of view, which would be kinda crazy. So maybe the next one isn't Black Myth Wukong 2, but the title of the game will be one of the other protectors, because the book, it seems to be written from Tan Sanzang's accounts, and Black Myth Wukong seems to be written from Sun Wukong's accounts, much like the Monkey King movies, which I did see. I saw one with Donnie Yen being Sun Wukong, and 2 with Aaron Kuwak as Sun Wukong. Both fire. I think I saw 3, but I can't remember. But regardless, if it follows suit, I'm sure it was fire too. Yeah, I didn't forget. The last character in this group of pilgrims making this pilgrimage, the Dragon Prince. He acts as Tan Sanzang's steed. He's a dragon horse. It is a little complicated, but he's a main character in the story as well. Essentially, the story is about all the trials and tribulations and encounters they had on their journey, which is most definitely an allegory for the journey you make to reach a higher spiritual plane. And we love it. But that aside, incoming number 2. My second theory is that we may not actually be playing as Sun Wukong.
What?
Huh? What do you mean by that? I'm supposed to just be chatting. Yeah, see, in Journey to the West, the group of pilgrims run into a lot of enemies and have to overcome a lot of trials by working together. One of those enemies is a character called the Six-Eared Macaque. See, Sun Wukong is a character that is said to have been created from something special. And yep, y'all guessed it. It's a magical rock. But the point is, there's another character that is said to have possibly been made by the same magical rock, or at the very least, one just like it, the Six-Eared Macaque. Essentially, they are both spiritual primates. Now these 2 brothers, and I'm not just saying brothers because I'm a brother, they may actually be brothers, or at least cousins or something. The Six-Eared Macaque also has the name Fake Sun Wukong, because it is said that he can make himself look just like Sun Wukong. And the worst part is, their abilities are on par with each other. Now the reason I bring this up is because if y'all remember in one of the original trailers, there was a clip in which it seemed as though there were 2 Sun Wukongs. And nah, trust me, I'm not talking about the Shadow Clone clip, even though we all saw that, and it was fire. This one was more of a cutscene. Now, understand something, people. It's been rumored that there are about 82 bosses. Yeah, fam, you heard that right, 82. Game Science may have put a full basketball season of bosses in this bitch, and it said 40% of those bosses and side quests are accessed by these magical chests. And apparently, these chests are strewn throughout the game, and it's said that they can take you back in time for a certain encounter with specific bosses, and I'm sure specific equipment as well, or new forms. But regardless, it's just kind of crazy, huh? And look, all I'm saying is, if there really are 82 bosses, Six-Eared gotta be one of them. And let's keep it a buck. Even if there were only 5 bosses, he'd probably be one of them, as he is a main antagonist in Journey to the West. And not to perpetuate, but I never proposed the propensity of getting shit twisted. This is the internet we're referring to, so we will need to see how much of it is true. But if there is anywhere near 82 bosses in this game, that's gonna be kinda wild. What we don't know is if those chests can also take you forward in time, but it'd be fire if it could. But essentially my point is the 2 Wukongs in that clip can either be one 6-eared macaque trying to throw Sun off of his destined trail, or it's a Wukong from the future. Basically, game scientists kept the story kind of under wraps. We're just playing as the destined one, and we don't quite know who that is, which we love because it makes for a great experience. We could be playing real time as some Wukong, or being told about the story through a storyteller. We aren't sure which yet, but we'll know soon. All that being said, fam, those are kind of the theories and backgrounds for me. And the last thing is, I really hope we see Nisa in this game, which I'm sure we will. Nisa and 6-eared macaque are the 2 folks I need to see. And clearly, we talked about 6-eared, but if y'all don't know who Nisa is, he was a general under his father Pagoda when they fought against the Jade Empire. I think in heaven, and I think they showed that in the Monkey King too. But again, if y'all got time, go watch the Nisa animated movies. They're on Netflix, and the Monkey King movies. All of them are fire. Nisa also fought Sun in Journey to the West, but they later became friends. And if you've seen any of those movies, and of course if you've read Journey to the West, you know why that could make sense. Both of these characters seem to have a knack of being sort of misunderstood, at least in the movies, but I'm sure the novel gives a way better depiction. At the very least, I can say that for Sun Wukong and Nisa, it seems that they're at least trying to do good things. So, you know what I mean? Let's wait and see. I know.